Hello everyone, welcome back. Good to have you here. Paul Tranning with the one and only Jake Armstrong, the only one that we care about today. I'm sure all of them are great. This one is our favorite, Jake Armstrong. There are others out there. We will not talk about.
Oh, other Jake Armstrongs?
Yeah, that's
the
what
internet
we're
is
talking
full
about.
of them. I am definitely not the only
Full
one.
of them. Good thing you got a hold of jakedraws.net.
Yeah, that was my first choice. .net, definitely.
.net. I'm into it. You're on behance.net/live. Good to have you here. Jason and Dina and Miriam and Ryan. Good to see the whole gang. Hello, Juan. Good to see you. So, Jake, welcome. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Very
Good to
first
be here.
time. First time streaming.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I just can't wait for this. So I kind of want to like dive right into it. Thank you so much to Voodoo Val, and Shauna has been fantastic. And I think the segments have changed per segment. Everything's a little bit different. We had Temmie at the beginnings doing sort of an animal human hybrid, which happens to coincide with our challenge for today. Just so you know, that's what's happening. So I can kind of show you that. That's right over here. We can kind of clue you in on that. That's the challenge tab, and it's all about making a human-animal hybrid. Doesn't have to be a fish, could be anything you want. Submit that, and we will gladly review those. Not only during our segment, we'll highlight them, and then we'll pick a winner at the end of the day after a lot of money exchanges hands and things like that. Just kidding. But that's what we have for announcements. And I actually want to kind of point out the schedule really fast. I don't know if they did that closer to the end of the last segment. But I think this week is fantastic, by the way. So we have the Creative Challenge, XD Daily Creative Challenge, starts at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow. Again, this was sort of like day one in terms of projects. We had Temmie, Shauna, just wrapped up. Jake's gonna do animation and illustration in Photoshop, and Reza does a fantastic job with, of course, his various projects, poorly drawn lines. So I'm really looking forward to him and his like comics, if you will, and that's what I'm talking about.
Super funny stuff, definitely.
Yeah, right? Isn't
Yeah.
that cool? We get to have dinner tonight, and it's gonna be fun. So Jake, welcome. Tell us, where'd you fly in from?
Flew in from LA. I live in LA now. I lived in New York for a long time. I went to school, SVA, or School of Visual Arts in Manhattan, and stuck around there. But trying LA out. It's pretty cool. I like this California place.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
This place called California.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. What's up with this bright ball in the sky all the time?
I don't understand that.
Why is that always
honestly?
like,
I get the San Francisco area way better. Like,
Interesting.
I love when the sun goes away. It's
Okay.
the best. It's the
Yeah,
best.
it's the time to
LA.
kind of go inside and get some work done, I feel.
Yeah, that's probably why I like a reason to be inside and working.
Yeah.
LA, you're just looking at that and like, what am I doing in here?
Well, and can we I'm gonna switch to my screen really fast, just so you can kind of check it out. This is, again, jakedraws.net right up there at the top. And you could also click his About in the About tab, go to his Behance profile. But this is a good snapshot, just kind of see the various work that you do, which is super cool.
Thank you.
Is there any that you like on the screen here that I can go ahead and click into that you might be?
Well, I mean, like, what we're going to do today is probably a little bit more like this crazy monster here.
Okay.
I really like to try and do as close to natural media as I can, even though we're drawing completely in Photoshop. So, pencil lines, graphite, and stuff like that is really fun. And things like this are actually super simple, weirdly enough. I think I know this isn't more than 8 drawings, but it may be closer to 4 or 6.
Oh, man, and
It's
sort of like tangible, like I feel like I can do this. This is simple enough. We're not getting too involved in colors or anything like that. It's all about the structure. And really a lot of this emotion. Like if you told me, oh, we're gonna draw a guy waving his arms, and then you showed me this, I'd be like, wow, this is really...
But what the hell is that?
What are you on? No, just joking. But feel free to kind of check out his work. You just have a lot of fantastic stuff. And again, you can always check it out through this info tab, and of course, follow him. But you can see some of your animation shorts right in here. Here's one, for instance, Adult Swim. Again, just a quick preview.
Doing some bumpers for Adult Swim.
Look at that.
This was Thanksgiving promo. Yeah, I could explain it, but it makes no sense.
Thanks.
So,
This is crazy. Like, what is going on?
And this was actually that was all animated in, I believe it was called Flash at the time, or Animate, or whatever you want to call it.
Adobe Animate.
Yep,
CC.
hand-drawn, frame by frame.
Very cool.
Yep.
So check out his work. And somebody does mention Basil Wolvertonish. I don't know him, but...
I don't either, but I will be looking up this Basil.
Yeah, good call.
And it's an amazing name.
It is a very cool name. And
I did not luck out with Jake Armstrong.
No, I think it's a really cool name.
Thank you.
Jake Armstrong. It's just a bummer there's other people caught on to that's a cool name as well.
Too many of them.
There's too many of them. Somebody was asking if you were working on Surface Pro, it seems?
No, this is a Mobile Studio Pro 16-inch. It's the big one.
Studio Pro
it's
16-inch.
Wacom. So
I think is this the first time we've had on the Mobile Studio Pro? This is the very first time we've shown a Mobile Studio Pro, and this is going to be super fun.
First time for everything. Hopefully it holds up. Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah. So.
Oh, Basil's the original artist for Mad Magazine.
Oh.
Perfect. Thank you.
Actually,
so
you were
much.
saying that my stuff kind of looked like Mad Magazine earlier. So.
And that's probably what I was thinking of. Those crazy, sort of like monsters.
Yeah, I probably know.
Hot rods and.
I probably know this guy. Yeah, I probably know his work pretty well by this. Yeah, totally.
Oh, so maybe Kyle had one. Oh yeah, Kyle. Yeah, okay, Kyle Webster. Kyle T. Webster might have had one. Are you familiar with his brushes?
That's what we will be using today. Yeah.
Couldn't have planned it better.
Yeah.
We actually finally sucked him into the mothership. He now works for Adobe.
I appreciate it. I think it's good. They
we
were always
could give
kind of
away.
a pain to get them in, and
now we're just we gotta get a hold of this guy, so we just make it easier for everybody else and give you the brushes.
Totally, they are an amazing set. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Peter likes Flash all day. Good to hear that.
Yeah.
Joel, so
Oh yeah.
Oh, nothing. I'm just reading chat.
No, Flash is great. I use Flash for most of my work. Photoshop is great though. Prettier brushes, obviously, but Flash's timeline cannot be beat. It's amazing.
Yeah, very cool. And we could always just kind of see how the next 3 days go, and just kind of see where we end up. Like, I would be interested if you opened up an Adobe Animate project and just saw at least an animation that maybe you put together just to get a glimpse.
I could probably try and rough and animate pretty quick and get that workflow going.
I guess.
Show both of these together.
Yeah, that's kind of just kind of give people. Here are your different options. Because a lot of times you get what do I use? Obviously there's brushes in Photoshop, there's brushes in Illustrator. Why are you using Photoshop? What's the pros and cons? And letting people know of other tools out there. Already, again, this is all in Photoshop?
Yes, it's all Photoshop. Start in Photoshop. I like to start with a canvas that's pretty large, and then I'll crop it down once I know what the constraints are of my animation. Okay. For this, I wanted to just start with something very simple because it's. I got big on the screen there.
Yeah, you did.
I like to start with something, or I just wanted to do something very simple to where I could hopefully get this started and finished today in this one day, so we have a very simple animation.
Awesome.
I'm just gonna make a dog bark, but I think that it's gonna look good.
Sounds simple. I just mentioned, let's see a man wave his arms, and that's what you get. It's what we end up with, which is awesome.
I'm not a very good hype man for myself.
Yeah. So we do have you for 90 minutes. Just so you know, in a little bit, we're gonna do a chat and win random giveaway. Thank you so much, Gus Bots. But basically. We have just a random giveaway that we're going to do in about 20 minutes, just for fun, just to say that we appreciate you, and they are the Tattly. They are real tattoos, they just happen to be temporary, by real artists, as well.
Those are the ones that stay on for a few days?
They can. Okay. I think it kind of depends on where you put them, and... and then if you just don't bathe, that's the whole trick.
No challenge there.
Just don't bathe. Not a problem here. I got that part covered.
Day in the life over here. Yeah.
No, I'm just joking. But they're way cool. Do you have any tattoos?
It looks awesome. Actually, I did. I did have tattoos, but I got them laser removed.
Okay.
A lot of bad decisions when I was 19.
Here. Cheers to bad decisions. I don't know what that means. Nonetheless, we'll have that random giveaway. Yeah. And don't worry, you don't have to go to some tattoo removal shop to get rid of them.
Yeah,
they're really cool.
That's the best way. That's the best way.
Good times. All right.
Yeah.
So here we are.
All right, should I get started?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
So basically, I got started with the drawing to where we don't have to like deal with like what I am doing when I'm like designing. But basically, I just drew this at first. It's using one of Kyle's brushes. This should be the I think it's like Animator pencil one. Very simple.
But aren't you glad, by the way, like now we have the ability to organize those brushes and put those in groups and stuff like that?
The groups are amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Because before it was like, here's all, I don't remember which one I used.
Garbage mess of brushes.
Yeah.
It would always be all your new ones down below that were
But now you can group, and if you could just show that once more and how you got to it with the
Oh
brush.
yeah, so like I programmed the buttons. This is just I believe that's the right click, and you've got all the brushes. So if you see, I've got like basically all of Kyle's brushes just set up here, and then I put some Jake brushes here. Amy brushes are one that I stole from a lady named Amy. But yeah, so but they're all Kyle brushes. So yeah. So
then you said, because Joel's just showing up, it's the Mobile Studio Pro, is that correct?
Mobile Studio
the
Pro
Wacom.
16 Wacom, I believe.
Oh yeah, Wacom.
Wacom, I think.
Wacom.
That's what they told me that one time. But
Yeah, and
you can't trust those
Wacom.
Wacoms.
It's like Nikon or Nikon, or
People
if
say Nikon?
Adobe. If you go into like the Nordics, like Sweden and Norway, they say Adobe.
Adobe.
They
That's
just say
cute.
Adobe.
Or
and I really like
the
that.
real way to say Adidas is Adidas.
Adidas.
Beautiful.
I like
It's
purposely
beautiful.
just mispronouncing things like that.
Yeah, yeah. Getting the
Nikkei.
syllable
I
in
wear
the wrong
Nikkeis.
place.
That's a fancy.
Sounds delicious.
Nikkei. Target. But now we're gonna make a little doggy. Basically, you said kind of jump and.
Yeah, I'll jump, bark. I kind of want to have like a really extreme pose for it. So like I like to have like a very basic, kind of boring, maybe a little like it's got some grace to it, drawing. But then
Very
I want it to
regal
get
at this point.
I want it to get stupid. So
Keyword, man, that's huge. I want this regal dog to jump and get stupid.
that's
in a good
all
way.
I'm going for is try and get things stupid. So
Speaking of Wacom actually means something is it Japanese? It's actually a derivative of either Japanese or Chinese, and that's why it's pronounced Wacom.
oh, I always thought it was Washington Communications.
Yeah, let's go with that. Washington
all right.
Communications.
So should we?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So I always start with create video timeline. I'm just going to set it. You want to set it first at 24 frame, or if you want whatever frame rate you want, because it's gonna get weird if you change the frame rate later. But so I'm gonna start out by just making this one frame very small. I'll create one more frame right now. So like when I set this up, I think you might notice that like I don't actually use any tricks. It's basically just like I just get going real quick and do everything without Anim Design is like a thing that people will load into this to make it work better.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, so I will hold down Alt and then you duplicate that layer, drag it right there. Now you have this like video group. I'm actually going to call this fours. So what I do here is I'm just going to like make a bunch of frames that I'm going to end up using later, right?
When you say fours, what does that mean?
All right, so basically like right now, this frame of the dog is one frame long.
Okay.
This is 2s, 3s, and 4s.
Okay.
So it's how many frames that exposure or drawing are held for. So, but now all that I have to do if I want to add another frame to this is just drag it down onto that. So I've got all these things ready to go, which is really great. I set F8 to onion skin, and then Shift F8 to adjust the settings, which you have to adjust every time with this.
You are a keyboard guru.
I got my keyboard stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and start. We'll name this dog. Start with a rough.
This might even be blowing people. You can continue to work, but like this might be even like blowing people's mind like from the get-go, because you like, it's like, okay, I understand layers. I get it. I get layer groups. But you have like a video group kind of.
When I discovered that actually, what was that, CS4 or something like that, they finally did it? That was some amazing stuff, realizing that.
I like this. And really that background, the initial layer of the dog is just transparency set to 50% or something.
Yeah, so what I'll do is like when I have that selected, that's actually, that's the onion skinning tool. So if you go into this hamburger menu here, you can enable onion skin here.
And it will show you the previous and
if you look at the settings for it, then you can see how many frames before, frame spacing, and then maximum opacity and how that's handled. It's amazing, yeah.
Oh yeah, Joel. So this is, I think we're already like blowing people's minds.
What?
Continue to work. You do your thing. Super cool. I don't care how long you use Photoshop. Some days you're just like, I don't know this app at all. But basically, yeah, if you go to timeline, so window timeline, you made a video timeline because you could do a frame-by-frame animation. You made a video timeline. And in this, is that correct?
Yeah. It's, I mean, it's...
You don't have to get to it, but,
yeah,
you know, that's your initial selection.
Yeah.
And now you're dealing with this video timeline in kind of a frame-by-frame fashion.
Oh, yeah.
Joseph's inspired. Just wait, because we're just... Do you have any pets, by the way?
I don't. I am a dog person. I'm a dog person, but I move around too much. One of these days.
Yeah.
The biggest dog, the Marmaduke is what I'll definitely be getting one day. But yeah, so I have just a rough for what my second frame is going to be. Just this dog is going to get stupid, get silly. And very quickly, I'm just going to rough some stuff in. Adjust my frame spacing to 4, so now I can see both frames. Yeah. And I'm just working the really rough stage. I will make everything cleaner, but I just want to see how this. So a lot of people do like pretty direct in-betweens. I never like doing very direct in-betweens, and you'll see it right here.
What do you mean, like direct in between?
Direct in between would be like something that's like there's one drawing like here and one drawing that's here. The direct in between would be right here.
Exact middle.
I like to like really pad them onto either side to where things really pop, right? So,
Dan, we will have a chat and win. You will see what that is in about 11 minutes, which is cool. And again, I'm here with Jake Armstrong. Jake is doing some animation in Photoshop. Are we blowing your minds? Anara, we don't want to make this too complicated, by the way. It might seem that way. Jake is a professional. He's probably not going to tell you some things just to keep that edge. So you can keep yourself ahead of the competition.
Never.
I'm just joking.
One person rises, we all rise. Definitely.
Yeah, that's why we're glad you're here. Get to see this stuff. So you can go to jakedraws.net or, check out his work in the info tab. Next to that is the challenge tab. But either way.
Always accidentally hit those buttons.
Do you recommend a wireless keyboard to help with shortcuts? Or if you're using a display tablet like the Studio Pro?
Wait, what's that?
I don't understand the display tablet part.
I use a keyboard. The Logitech K810. I can't believe I remember that. So.
Yeah, and just so you also know what's going on for this timeline is you have onion skinning enabled, allowing him to see the frames on either side of this.
Yeah.
To kind of match up the motion.
So already if I hit, I'm already like,
you're killing me.
Animation happening.
You're
it's
killing
magic.
me.
So I feel like this frame could be a little bit better though. So
hello, Levy. Good to have you here. Let us know if you're new here from Brazil. Joining us from Brazil, which is cool.
Nice. All right, I'm just deleting that one. It's no good.
And these are still separate layers you're drawing on?
Yeah, so it will, if you see over here, like it will just start stacking them up over here. It gets pretty confusing, but I mainly just focus on this timeline.
Yeah, so you're not sweating layers, not worrying about naming them, doesn't matter.
Never. Like I'm pretty terrible about it, but like, you know, you name the video group, but like the actual layer itself really doesn't matter.
You are really blowing everybody away when you hit play.
Really?
Yeah, man, dude,
like,
we don't get to see a lot of this.
You just draw the drawings.
Just drawing the. You're so modest too. You're making me sick.
So
modest and nice and good at what you do. Very good.
What am I doing?
Daniel, good point. Daniel says he feels like that dog when you hit play. What? What?
I feel like my keys or my drawings are not working yet. So, you know, this is the kind of the thing with animation is you always gotta like do it so many different times. To
like
make
you
it work.
said, it wasn't quite working. You hit play. Everybody was blown away. But you're like, that wasn't quite right.
Yeah.
Deleted.
Yeah.
It didn't take you long to draw.
It doesn't matter. We're in the rough stage. This is all about just throwing things away and, you know.
I love it. Man, I like you have that, you know, understanding of obviously like how to draw. And yeah, I just like this.
Oh. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Right now, I would like to just keep going with this and have him like fully land or her. It's a her. It's not a male dog. That's obviously a female. She's going. Well,
I don't know. I can't tell either way. I guess you haven't drawn that part, but maybe you have.
Maybe that will be a part.
Maybe that part is complete.
Let's see. So yeah, so I'm going to start working with like how the dog will like fully go through the movement, and I think that I'd like to like really exaggerate it a little bit more in this point. So like all the limbs now are going to go up as the dog is starting to go down. And then we will...
Really stretching out. Do you find when you're doing these motions, I mean, obviously you're thinking about it in your head, or maybe when you're drawing people, do you find yourself doing the motion? Like maybe...
All the time,
like,
yeah.
Unconsciously just like, you know...
It's every bit of my control to not like be acting this out
Gyrating.
right now. Yeah, actually, one of my last jobs, I was animating a lot of people twerking a lot, and
you found yourself twerking like.
I was quietly in the desk, just kind of moving, just to, you know, like you got to feel it out.
So Jacob, hopefully this does answer your question because you are typically drawing the full character in rough stages, right?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I will work in stages, like say if like it's like a main, like it's like the head is leading the movement or something like that. I might actually just animate the head and then, you know, like put the body in after it, or if the hands are leading the movement. But
yeah, because that's probably the harder part. Like you want to get that part right. So let's focus on the hand or the head.
Yeah. You want to get the full flow to work first. Yeah.
Bojana really likes your work.
Oh, thank you, Bojana.
Yeah. Check it out. Here's some. While you work on that. Oh, there we go. Thank you so much. But here's just another one. Again, jakedraws.net. I wanted to draw this character jumping. There's probably not a lot of frames here, but this is so...
There's actually, that one is deceptively, there are a lot of frames happening.
Never mind. I was like, this is easy.
It looks easy. That one took me like 2 days. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, so good. I love it. Yeah, Rob, I'd love to see Robzilla. I'd love to see some of your stuff animated. I know we were talking about C4D a while ago, but Rob does amazing illustration. And I don't know, it's kind of fun to see good illustration kind of come to life. So I like it. And your work definitely has like a distinct style to it.
Thank you.
Like, where does that... Well, I didn't say it was good. I'm just joking. I'm joking. Whoa, hold on there, buddy.
All
no,
right.
but like,
Don't
how...
get a big head.
no, it's awesome. And I'm like, how did... Like, it has such a distinct look. Like, how did you, like, arrive at this sort of look? And again, just...
Let's see. I feel like I didn't really learn how to draw until I interned. I interned in an animation studio. It was a studio called Augenblick Studios, and it was we were working on the first season of Super Jail. I don't know if anybody's seen Super Jail, but it's insane. It's like a maximum security prison, but Willy Wonka. So it's like magical and weird, but insane. So.
Nice. And there it's like kind of under, you know, other like senior illustrators, things like that, like others around you, that's kind of how you learn.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I was basically tracing really talented people's work all the time.
Wow.
And that helped me a lot. All right, computer sometimes gets slow.
It's looking pretty good. I mean, I think. Now, if you wanted the dog to just jump a little higher, you could just technically move that layer up.
You know, honestly, I think that's a really good. I think that it could use it, to tell you the truth. So let's just go ahead and do that. I'll just always hit, Control A to select everything and move the whole thing up.
The shadow's the only thing that.
Yeah, I mean it's a rough drawing, so you know.
Ryan Doran liked Super Jail. Super Jail was great.
Yeah?
I think I saw it. Like I know I've seen the previews for it. Was that on like Adult Swim too?
It was Adult Swim, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a super weird show.
Yeah, Norval, I agree. I wish Illustrator had a timeline feature as well. I think that would be interesting.
That would be really cool. Although, I mean, I don't really know Illustrator that well, but I mean, doesn't Flash like draw basically the same types of vector art?
And that would be the joke. Oh yeah, Illustrator has a timeline. It's called Adobe Animate.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but sometimes I just want to create a simple GIF. Anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
Flash
ways.
Flash is pretty good. I do a lot with Bezier curves in Flash. Actually, I'll do a lot of really designy stuff for. I mostly work in advertising, so you know there will be a lot of very clean-looking things that you have to animate.
Do you know Dino Writers?
Yes, I know Dino Riders. I just bought a Dino Riders toy last week.
This is old school.
Yeah.
Like
I had those when I was a kid.
Okay, Dino Riders.
I had those when I was a kid, and we were talking about it on my last job, and I just immediately went on eBay and bought the Triceratops.
Did you?
Just arrived yesterday.
Good for her. And it just arrived yesterday. Oh, so somebody's kind of like scrolling through your maybe your Instagram. There's Dino Riders. There's just like one snapshot. That's super cool.
I have no idea why somebody brought up Dino Riders.
That's why I thought maybe Chris knows you. Does Chris?
That's Chris. Actually, that was that was who I was talking about Dino Riders with.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Wow.
Dino Riders.
Chris, I promise I'll get back to work soon. Just taking a little lunch break to draw.
Yeah, if that's okay. And he's only having, a couple thousand of his best friends watching, if that's okay.
So for this, I'm going to go ahead and start moving into cleanup, honestly. I think that will work just fine. So I'm going to, dog copy will now just be dog. And dog I just put R for rough. That is so funny. I was totally caught by the boss.
He knows you're here, right?
He actually recommended me for this.
Oh,
so.
okay. Thank you. Chris, thank you. How does his name sound so familiar?
So that is a studio called Oddfellows.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Gotcha.
Rad people.
Wait, are you are you working full time for Oddfellows, or you're
I'm freelancing
for the?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Man, we are like, look, I don't know. Speaking of Oddfellows, correct me if I'm wrong, but these are done by Oddfellows as well. This animation in the background.
Hey, all right.
I could be wrong. Done in After Effects. Boom. Let's get into it. Chat and win right now.
And yes, Chris, Oh, hey.
Welcome back. Hello. Fantastic. Jake Armstrong here. That was our chat and win video. You were blushing a little bit as you
I
just
turned very red.
mentioned.
It's the Scotch-Irish thing.
Yeah. Somebody else hopefully might turn a little red because we're going to draw somebody's name at random through the chat. How you enter, have to say, hey, cool hat, Jake, or whatever. Enter something in chat.
It's a new
just
hat.
so
I'm
we
very
know.
proud of it.
Are you? It's very so stylish, kind of short brimmed, you know.
Yeah, somebody asked me yesterday, are you a bike messenger? Do you bike everywhere? I do bike everywhere.
Okay,
so,
but
yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
whether you will, are they asking they need something delivered? What are you gonna say?
I'm not delivering your package, dude.
Don't worry, we will be delivering something to Norval Rashad. Congratulations, Norval Rashad. We are sending you the fantastic Tatley tattoos, real temporary tattoos by real artists is what I like to say. Either way, you can be the cool kid on the block. We're going to send those to you just to say thank you for joining us. So congratulations, Norval. Everybody's super jealous of you, but not to worry. We do those random giveaways for each segment. So thanks for entering, Gracia and Kendall and Afrosia and everyone. Wait, you just...
Oh yeah, that may have been confusing, wasn't it? So what I'll do is I'll create just a block of color, and then I will hit Alt and you can connect it to the whole thing. And so now, like, all the animation is in red, all the rough drawings are in red. Just kind of helps me see a little better. So.
And that is it a clipping mask? Is that what I see down there?
I guess that's what that's called. Yeah. So, yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and just like move into clean. I think I deleted layers.
Yes, you can still say nice hat, Jake. You can still have comments. That's what chat is for. Ask us questions. People are like, Tom's like, yeah, you'd probably be really fun at a bar. I don't know what that means.
Thanks, Tom.
You're probably fun at the drink and draws that they have.
I've been to those. I've done some drink and
You're
draws.
part of another club.
Late Night Work Club?
Late Night Work Club.
Yeah, I did not make a film in the second edition of that, but I was a part of Late Night Work Club #1. You should check it out. It's pretty cool. A lot of scary ghost stories.
Scary ghost stories? Is that what it's all about?
Yeah, that was the theme of that.
Oh, I see. Different themes at different time. And that's very cool. And that's what we tried to do is like, ultimately like build a community and letting people just like create and trying to highlight their work. Like we're highlighting you,
It should always be about community.
Yeah. Yeah. And, don't be afraid to screw up and like just to draw. Like you're diving right in.
Yeah, it's all about doing stupid drawings. It's fun.
Well, you do like the best of stupid drawings.
Aw, thank you.
No, it's like really cool seeing. It's fun seeing an expert at work.
So we're gonna stay.
Do you know Angela Rodriguez?
Angela Rodriguez?
No, maybe not. She's just like, oh, hi, Jake.
Hi, Angela.
Just saying hi.
Is this Angela from New York?
Could be. We don't have a little avatar for Angela. So there's one thing you could sketch out right away. So. Wow, I think we do have some animators here.
Are there some animators? Nice.
All right, Natalia from Brazil is welcome as well. I like it. I love like South America, Latin America.
Oh yeah.
So good to have you here. Paula says, great job.
Let's see.
I like those little, uh-oh, here we got a tongue.
Give a little bit of depth to that mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Why not? Get a little tooth back here.
So you're a dog person?
Yeah, I like dogs. I mean, I'll animate cats sometimes too. But
Do you think
not
your
a cat
personality, what's your personality?
I'm definitely a dog.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
I'm
just...
like definitely like this dog. Like very much like, I'm getting excited. I'm like, oh, they have coconut LaCroix in the fridge. And I'm
That's
like,
pretty exciting.
They're like, Paul, we have it here every day. Why are you getting so excited?
Yeah.
I'm like,
that cost us $1. It's fine. It's fine. Fine, dude.
Yeah, enjoy it. What is this? 2 of them? Yeah, I had to switch. I drank 2. I see you got your LaCroix.
Yeah.
I got 2 of
my...
them over here. It's so greedy.
Seriously, bogarting all the LaCroix.
I think it's an interesting question though, like what type of animal, what's your personality type, like cat or dog?
Yeah.
I know people that are...
What is it? If cat people, they're capricious, you know, they're all weirdos, but they're probably smarter than us dog people, so.
All right. Oh, it's this one. Oh, perfect. Okay. Good to know. And cool. It's looking really good. So you pretty much like, you don't sweat the layers panel, but it really is all about this timeline, as you can see. So again, window, timeline. This is a video timeline, kind of treating it more like a frame by frame.
Yeah, it's, I mean, like I treat it a lot like Flash in any way that I can, because that was my first program that I used, and I will do cheats any chance I can get. Really amazing thing that you can use, we're not doing it right now, but maybe we can try tomorrow, is you can set up a smart object and embed a layer inside a smart object, and you can pan that around the screen, so it's just like a Flash symbol.
Yeah, that is smart. Yeah, so love it. So we're gonna learn some pro tips. You're just using straight up pencil. We have multiple conversations going on. We have Paula from Colombia. Love Colombia, my favorite country, definitely in the Americas, like, and everything. But anyways, Grace, you can be a bird. I'm actually interested in hearing what type of person are you? What's your personality? Dog, cat, bird? Somebody said that they're more like a sloth, Gretchen. Depends on the time of day.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a time of day where I'm a sloth.
I'm sure you get there. You sit down, you sit down in front of your computer, and you just don't get anything done. You're like, why am I even sitting in front of this computer? Why don't I leave?
Yeah.
Or a dog bird.
Or a dog bird.
Yeah, Rob, I got to get my sneaker game ready for Adobe Max. We have Adobe Max coming up in your current hometown, I guess, LA.
My current town, yeah.
Your current town. How long have you been in LA, by the way?
Less than a year.
Okay.
Less than a year.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Super cool. So Adobe Max, just so you know, is coming up next month. You can go to max.adobe.com and read all about it, but get signed up now, and it should be super fun. Mid-October, essentially, like around the 17th. Yes, Justin, it's gonna be a big party. And we're all gonna crash at Jake's place, since he lives there.
Everyone come over. I got free LaCroix. None of the coconut though. That's the bad flavor.
You don't really like coconut?
I'm not a big coconut. Not coconut LaCroix.
Okay.
So I'm all about lime, or I'm the boring guy. I like the flavorless LaCroix. It's wonderful.
Really?
Yeah.
Fascinating.
It's so I lived in New York for a long time, and in New York it's all about seltzer water. And it's always just the boring, Seagram seltzer.
That's all the flavorless LaCroix is a seltzer water.
That's it. I think that people don't understand that.
Same here, Elizabeth.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah, I like coconut anything, pretty much. I like pretty much anything of anything. I pretty much like all things.
I can understand that.
Except for like the plain, I'd be like, nah, you need to freaking put some vodka in that. No, just kidding. By vodka, I just mean flat water. Oh yeah, Ricky, Topo Chico. People are really getting on that bandwagon. I can't tell the difference. Topo Chico?
Topo
Yeah, the
Chico?
water?
Oh, I love Topo Chico. Topo Chico's so good. Yeah, that's the best
Do
one.
I not have a refined palate?
It is
Like,
the fizziest of the fizzy waters.
Ew,
yeah,
that's
it's yeah, and it's a beautiful glass bottle.
Isn't
It's-
that
really high
from
class.
Mexico, like water?
I don't know.
Topo Chico?
I don't know. That's Spanish, but I think somebody had asked about brushes up there. I
Yeah,
think,
Monterrey,
right?
Mexico.
Oh, there we go.
Which just kind of blows my mind, by the way. Just the whole concept of, hey, you know what?
The water from Monterey.
Yeah.
It's good water in Monterey.
Yeah.
They know their waters.
Robzilla getting his shoe game, stepping up his shoe game for Adobe Max. Super cool. I went laceless Nikes today. It makes me feel cool. I wear shoes with no laces.
Yeah, man, that was always the cool kid in elementary school.
Right. In elementary school. That's pretty much me. If it was cool 10 years ago, then I'm doing it today for some reason. Like I just found out about it. And by the way, we got Reza coming up. He just walked in the door. Lock it. Don't let him leave. Gonna be up with Voodoo Val. Gonna see some really poorly drawn lines in about an hour or so. I'm kidding, that's the name of basically his comic site. I like how you're drawing this like there are no feet for this dog, which is perfect.
Yeah.
You simplified it that much.
Well, I wanted to
It's
go for
perfect.
economy here.
Economy, which happens to be one of the least drawn things like feet and hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hands have to probably be number one, right? Of the part of the body people don't draw aside from.
I know, but hands I feel like you can't get away with. Like when people draw a circle for a hand, it's just like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Try a
Like-
little bit.
Like,
Come on.
Like this,
Do your
it
job.
still kind of looks
I love
like,
this though.
it still kind of looks like a dog's legs, even without the feet. Sorry, I am going slow.
Kat mentioned flavorless LaCroix is an oxymoron. Like, does it even taste like LaCroix or anything if it's flavorless?
Hey, Kat.
Hey, you know what I like? I like the flavorless X. What is that? What's that even like? So, it's all good.
Flavorless LaCroix it's amazing. It's a lot better than those C. Howard's candies, Kat. I think I know
Okay.
who this cat is.
Oh, okay.
Or Chowards, however you say those. I don't know. It's a New York candy that tastes like soap.
Oh, that's always
She loves
fun.
those. Yeah. Yeah.
She would.
Yeah.
Cat.
Cat would totally
Cat
love
would.
those.
All right. It is all good. Oh, the style reminds Gustavo of Adventure Time.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a compliment.
Yeah, definitely. I have a lot of friends that worked on Adventure Time, and briefly I worked on Regular Show as well. So
Oh,
I was
wait.
there actually at the same time as Adventure Time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And through what studio was this?
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network,
Yeah.
okay.
It's, I came in, I actually worked on one
Came
episode.
in, made it a hit, bounced.
Yeah, I was
Right.
like, you guys
You're
got it
welcome.
from here. It's cool.
I'm out.
It's cool.
Oh, there we go. Deanna's busting out her Cintiq. Fantastic.
All right.
You're
I like
using-
that spelling of Cintiq. That's way better than the way they spell it.
Cintiq. No.
It's very fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this
Good.
is basically animation. It's very boring just watching things slowly
Let me
go
actually
together.
move us over to the other side. Can you hit play? Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So it all feels like it comes together when get those clean drawings in there. Kind of.
You're using the Wacom Intuos. What are you working? What is this tablet again?
This is the Mobile Studio Pro.
Mobile Studio Pro.
Yeah. It's not the fastest right now, but
It's
a
pretty new. It's like maybe a year and a half old, 2 years.
I think it's just under a year.
Under a
Yeah.
year.
So I think that probably in the next version they will really up the specs, but it definitely works for hand-drawn animation. Just every now and then things can get a little slow. And
There it
speaking of which, I should probably just crop this down since I know what my sizing is now.
So there's your onion skin options. You expanded that, or?
So I just expanded my onion skin to where I see every frame, and now I can go in and I'll just make sure that it's saved. Yeah, I can go in now. I should be able to. Let's see if I'm cutting anything off. I actually look like I did exactly where I wanted it. So
that's why you're a professional. Nailed it.
Got the magic eye. Not the thing that you look at and see another picture, but
either way, I would say this person in chat likes the brush you're using. Kyle T. Webster's joining us.
Hey, Kyle, thank you for the brushes. I appreciate it. They are amazing. I've been using them for many, many years.
So, yeah, Kyle's a really good illustrator as well.
Is he here? Is he in the building, or is he?
He's not.
From some
correct me if
fortress.
Kyle,
somewhere.
yeah, I think in North Carolina. Kyle, let us know. Like, I think you're in North Carolina or South Carolina. I'm not sure which, but just correct me. Let me know how you're doing, man. Like, seriously, since you got hit by a big storm, I don't know where that's at right now.
Oof,
but just kind of curious.
Okay, man.
Yeah, curious to see how you're doing, man. Kyle, on a personal level, and he's loving your stream. It's fantastic to watch. I like this. This is the anticipation shot, right? Is that what it's called? It's sort of like the the wind up just before. So it's not the straight motion. It's like, I'm gonna do a motion.
Yeah.
And then
I think that it helps the impact of how big the dog jumps up, and helps sell the fact that the dog's jumping, because I don't really have like that frame of the dog leaving the ground, which I could add in, but like it's kind of...
You get it anyways.
Yeah, with things like this, it's kind of fun to, just see how few frames you can actually do this stuff.
Ooh, good call. I think Seth Campbell, Jake shadows sell movement too. Like,
well, what? Oh,
just in terms of like leaving the ground and stuff like that, I think shadows might be you've drawn two things here: a dog and a shadow. Yeah, like essentially at the bottom.
Yeah. I definitely think that you should always, like with just about any drawing, always just draw shadow under it. Like it just adds so much.
Kind of grounds it too.
Definitely.
Very cool.
Definitely, and this shadow will get bigger when it jumps, when it's down right here.
So you went to School of Visual Arts.
Yes.
We'd all love to go there, by the way. But what is do you have any like sort of like book recommendations or any recommendations for animation?
Yeah. Well, the Animator Survival Guide is like that's the standard. It's who is that by? I'm totally blanking now. Richard Williams. And yeah, that's an amazing book. Basically, I mean, if you want to forego animation school, just get that book. It works.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Somebody was asking about sort of resources earlier, but yeah, you can see Animator Survival Kit.
Yeah, this guy's an old professional, and has like even like DVDs that are insanely good. That basically help sell the book, I think, for him. But
ooh, did he go to SVA too? That's what Rob's. Or no. Sorry. I think I misinterpreted that. If you can't go to SVA, this is like you can't go to art school.
Yeah,
get a book.
Yeah, I mean, like when I went to art school, it was what year was that? 2005 or so, and the internet still was like figuring itself out. But now at this point, man, there's resources everywhere. You want to learn how to animate in Photoshop? There's cool tutorials everywhere.
Like, I don't know, right now on your screen, kind of?
Right here, right now.
Let's bounce this over there.
So, again, just turn that off and...
Oh, Ringling School of Design. That's down in, it's in Florida.
Florida?
Sarasota, yeah.
I've heard good things about Ringling.
Yeah.
How much time do we have left? I might get done with this quick, and we can show how to export and everything.
Wow, that'd be awesome. And if you are just joining us, by the way, we are here, yes, with the one and only Jake Armstrong. And he is doing some animation in Photoshop. It started really with just a dog standing there like, hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm a regal, what do we call it, whippet, right?
Yeah, let's say it's a whippet. Yeah. Whippet
Little
or
mini
Greyhound or something. Oh,
Yeah,
we
or-
don't know how big it is.
Yeah, that's true. We don't.
So on these frames, I kind of like to do like a little bit of an exaggeration and stretch. This is like the frame after, as he's starting to fall. So like it can get really weird.
Yeah, and this is what I like to. This is what I think you do really well. It's this exaggeration.
Oh, thanks.
To an extreme. It's almost like with some of your animations, it looks like you're viewing this animation through like. Is it a wide angle lens or like a fisheye lens is what it's more like. Where when somebody's reaching for you, their hand gets huge and it's an exaggerated motion.
That's what I hope for.
Yeah, man. It is way cool.
Anybody else I know up here? Yeah. I don't know. Okay. Happy that a couple people that I knew have been on so far.
All right. Elizabeth can't stop watching. That is cool.
Oh, thanks, Elizabeth. Yeah, I always feel like animation's super boring, so I appreciate it.
I just love watching this like come to life, and we'll still kind of recap kind of how you created it in a little bit, just to demystify that, because some people are like, "Wait, look at that timeline. That's freaking me out." So again.
Oh, I mean, really, like it's all just right here. I have. I actually ended up drawing on the forest layer. Whatever.
Oh, really?
Whatever. It's all there. It's all there. But yeah, it's just 2 video groups. It's very, very simple.
Peter Carlson would like to collaborate with you.
All right. Yeah, drop me a line, Peter
I
Carlson.
love your little avatar, your icon.
Yeah, that is super cool.
Right? It's like a Mickey Mouse type of rendition. Super cool.
Yeah. No, it's actually really awesome lines the whole way through it. That Mickey Mouse looks like he's up to no good.
Yeah, and I like it. Sabrodo's watching from Bangladesh. I always like to hear where you're from, so we want to give you a warm welcome. Of course, we brought in Jake from LA. Spent a lot of time in New York City doing freelance there and working for various agencies.
I've worked for everyone. Yeah.
How many hours like a week do you think you work?
I mean, I try to keep it at just the regular 40 if I can, but I feel like I always am like trying to do some extra side thing for myself, like just some project for myself. So I do a lot of things in like development for like TV shows and stuff like that. So I'm always like working on something.
Just projects you get excited about, and you're like, hey, I want to work on this, and I will like, I'll squeeze it in. Are you an optimist too? You're like, yeah, I could probably do that.
Always. Which optimist or masochist? I don't know which one.
There's a fine line, right? Like, got a lot of us in this room.
Yeah, it's pretty much if you're an artist, dude.
Right. You have a favorite brush to use? Lucas is asking.
It's basically whatever is there. Like I like to mimic natural media whenever I can. So I actually I either draw with a pencil or a brush pen. Do that Pentel, Japanese Pentel brush pen. So like very often lately I've been drawing a lot with like, Kyle brushes that kind of mimic that.
Yeah, very cool.
I wonder if that drawing will work. It's pretty extreme.
And you haven't changed the brush size. This is kind of like your straight up default, jump in, start drawing.
I don't like really convoluting it.
Yeah, I agree.
Like let's keep it pretty simple and basic. I would only adjust the size if like something was physically coming towards the camera, like to add that fake depth,
Yeah. That is cool. All right. Well, Elizabeth likes the Japanese Pentel brush as well.
It is real good, isn't it? just going to get rid of this dog layer that I accidentally am not using. So you can see it better. I'm actually, so this is my rough layer down here, and then this is my cleanup layer, and this is just something that just honestly should go away.
I like it. I like how things get ugly while you're working and you're drawing on the that's what makes this good.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't a rehearsed, edited YouTube video. You know, this is, you just working and impressing us.
Oh, thanks.
This is good, Gustavo. This looks like him on a Friday. They're like, yes. Like, what? How did you think of this? You're like, yeah, I think it would be, because you wanted. I mean, this is so perfect. Let's take a really interesting. The premise was really simple, but this is such a good way to kind of introduce us to animation.
Yeah, I wanted to stay really simple. I initially, and maybe I'll do this for tomorrow, but like I initially was going to have like a, a super hyper muscly barbarian with in a thong, just lifting a sword up into the air.
Really?
But it was like
little loincloths, little mini loincloth.
Oh, it's not even a loincloth. It is just a tight undies.
Whoa.
And you get a lot of good follow through in that.
Yes.
A lot of good shake. But too complicated.
Yeah. No,
it's nice to
super
keep
fun.
it simple.
And again, things might get will probably get more complex over the next couple days, by the way. It's going to be more good stuff. But essentially, it looks like Miriam's working on a watercolor painting. If you are, regardless of what you're working on, we do have a challenge happening right now. So feel free to get involved. Just kind of show you what that looks like. That is the challenge tab. And you'll see that we will be reviewing those in less than 3 minutes. So get that in. Just click here, submit it. This is the size. We'll review those shortly. And again, we'll pick a winner at the end of the day. And it's all about animal-human hybrid. Yeah, Nana has it right. Nana's like asking if it took you like 10 years to be able to do this in 1 hour.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'd say so. It
takes a lot of experience making something look easy.
Yeah, I mean, I forget that what I'm dealing with actually are just a lot of animation principles that I've just, it's just been hammered into my skull over the years,
And as you work this out, we'd love to just hear about those. If you're like, it took me forever to learn how to do X.
Ooh. I don't know. I think that I don't know.
Yeah, no, and it's not an easy question to answer.
If anybody has any questions about animation principles that they see me doing, because I don't even know what I'm doing. It's that's kind of the lucky thing about this is that I don't know what I do anymore.
I love it. Yeah, that's awesome.
But seriously, I mean, you don't even need the animation principles. You can just get in this and just start putting down layers. That this video group thing makes it super easy. You just always gotta remember to click on the layer that you're on, or else it won't draw on it.
What does a video group do again?
So video group makes it to where before video groups, what we had to do is each one of these layers would go cascading down.
Oh,
it would just look like this mess, and it would just the timeline would be so deep. It's like the After Effects timeline. It was the exact same. So this takes layers and makes them similar to what Flash looks like.
One layer in the timeline. Group them, boom.
Yeah. So this is why I don't even look over here really. It's pretty much just what. It pretty much just makes me feel like I'm working back in Flash, which is great for me.
Yeah. Feel free to save that file whenever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm just...
Thank you.
I would die if
Well, you just can I just hire you to just hang out at my house and tell me to save?
Usually chat's really good at that.
Yeah.
But they also noticed that you did actually start with the dog.psd or whatever.
Dog Bark 2.
Dog Bark 2.
Yeah,
So there is a Dog Bark 1, which we're not going to show because that thing was off the rails.
That one, it was offensive. It was offensive.
It was offensive. It was too much.
Too much swinging dog parts.
Too
Sorry.
Too many swinging dog parts. Oh man.
I apologize for anybody who's afraid of nudity in animation because I do have a tendency to draw that. And it's definitely in my portfolio.
Oh, Yusef, thank you so much for the quote from Picasso. You took a second to draw it, somebody asks. Picasso responds, Madam, it took me my entire life. You know, so yeah, it's perfect. It's not long how long something necessarily takes you. That's kind of doing it wrong. And what industry doesn't work like that? Like a plumber, when he comes in to fix something, he knows exactly what he needs to do. Or an electrician, that's all a mystery to me. They know where to go and what knob to twist, and then it works.
Yeah,
it's like, I will charge you $1 to twist this pipe, but $1,000 to know which pipe that was. That's the concept.
Absolutely.
It's the same thing. Like
it's like that whole hourly concept is pretty weird because as you get better, you get faster. So that means that your rate goes down. You know? Which is weird.
So thank you, Maren, for submitting that. We're actually going to dive into the challenge submissions, which is going to be super fun. But can you play this again, like when you reach a stopping point?
Can I do one more drawing?
Oh no, yeah, you do your thing.
Sweet. It'll basically be in a good place with one drawing.
So again, thank you so much, Miriam, for just pasting a link in chat. Ideally, we want to highlight your work by using the submissions tab, and we'll highlight these weird animal people hybrids.
Yeah, I'm excited to see these animal hybrids.
I think we already think this is everybody's totally relating to this dog, though. By the way, they're like, this is me after hours or once 5 o'clock hits,
this
or
is me
on Fridays.
Every day. I'm just doing stupid drawings, like it's just fun to like at these points, just like that doesn't even look like a dog head. Doesn't even matter.
Yes, and Miriam's actually working in XD, just so you know. There's an XD daily creative challenges going on. Just tune in at 8:30 a.m. That kicks off our day, Pacific time, and Marissa will be diving into XD. We just had an update. Adobe XD allows you to design and prototype and share with others. So if you're sort of prototyping some interface or really anything, super cool what you can do. Responsive layouts is a new feature, and then also timed transitions. We update like software, and sometimes I feel like we don't tell, like it happens a lot.
Yeah, just new features just pop out sometimes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So yeah.
Right,
and Yusef's kind of commenting, like sort of, echoing our point on, all the hard work that goes into something that looks simple, and you kind of prove it. And you're spending more time on this last one, because this is like the final frame, roughly for now.
Yeah, I mean it should be. Am I spending more time on this?
No, I mean
I'll move faster if you want.
No. You're spending about 20 seconds longer on this one. Too long.
All right, let's see what I missed in this. Like that's always going to happen, right? In animation. So.
Woo!
Oh, did I miss an entire frame?
I think
I did. I have got one frame that I haven't done yet.
Okay.
It is this frame. Yeah.
And actually, if you want to draw that in, I could just review these with the audience.
Okay.
If that works, and then I'll annoy you.
Do you want me to take a look as well, or should I?
Oh, I do.
Okay.
For sure.
That is incredible. That is incredible.
So these are challenge submissions. Oh yeah.
Is that all Photoshopped together? That's like crazy.
Yeah. That's really good. I would say almost what I'd want to do in this case is make sure the stripes are as thick or as thin as the blouse. And you have it nailed, but you gotta love these heels.
I actually
Work
didn't
it.
even notice that.
Work it.
That
work
is
it.
themed out well.
Great
It's
job,
beautiful.
Kevin
Beautiful.
Worth. Getting freaky. So it's I always click off of this screen, and I apologize. But just so you know, what I'm clicking on is right down here. This is what we're reviewing, and we need a chance just to highlight your work as we dive into this. We'll see. And again, I'll just refresh this. This should be the latest, greatest. Okay. All right, let's click over back here. There we go. Robzilla. Very cool.
Oh, nice. That actually looks like wasn't
yeah. Temmie's work. at the beginning.
Temmie's this morning was kind of like that, right?
Totally.
Nice.
Very
Awesome.
cool. Of course, Rob knows what he is doing.
Yeah, that's pretty professional, really seamless.
There we go. What is going on? This is
I like that
a
because-
donkey.
Yeah, I like it because
dark
that one
eyes.
it looks like a regular picture and you're like, oh, this is just normal, and then it's like, whoa, whoa.
Very cool. Johan, like a donkey woman. I hate to say, but yeah.
Donkey person.
Donkey-
You can just
donkey
person's
person.
fine.
Mikhail, all right. This is fun. This is like a flamingo, and I love the movement. Almost looks like a painting. So, Mikhail, great job. Mashenko, great movement. Flamingo style. Thank you so much.
Oh, that is awesome. That's like mesmerizing. You can get
Right?
lost in that texture.
Yeah. I like this one. This is easily some alternative hipster band cover right
That
here.
one actually makes me think of what's his name who did the Monty Python openings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, like
Yeah.
Flying Circus. This
Uh-huh.
looks like it belongs in Flying Circus.
Yeah, it does. Very cool. We might have a lot to cover. Flamenco. This is too much.
It's such a
Group
tiny
Manjaris.
face.
I could see this as a request. Hey man, make me look like a lion. I want to look like a lion.
Definitely.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, bro. You got it. That's beautiful. That's
great.
It's regal.
That's
it's regal.
that's the whole idea of this. It's like, just get your hands dirty, dive right into it. And that's what's
Absolutely.
happening
Like
here.
make something silly. Have fun.
Oh, here's another silly one. You can't tell me this is like the best.
That one's a
Little bit of
little
a smile.
terrifying. That's like a
It is a little
shot from a
terrifying.
children's book, but like the one that would give you nightmares.
Some nightmare fuel there. So good job, Anna. That was Anna Nelson's. Irina's working on it. I like the idea. I think the idea of a seahorse with something else could totally work out, Irina. Some more scales. I love this idea. Yeah, very cool. I could say you could use puppet warp and maybe try to warp these around the face. Would be super cool. So check out puppet warp. But
yeah.
I love the idea. Super cool.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Good job, Ashley. Ashley Polka. Next up, we have Cheryl Howard. Again, along the lines of Temmie's work. Super cool. Beta
Whoa.
fish. Right?
Yeah, it definitely can
So-
get lost in the flowing texture there.
Yeah, very
That's
cool. I would just say adjust the contrast. So the contrast, both of these images have the same intensity. You probably weren't asking for a review, sorry. But super cool. And then we have seen this one from Jay's. I'm gonna go into
That's
this.
awesome.
Osama's.
Are those drawn in? No.
That's
cool.
It's
I
like
love it when
I'm
you-
jumping in mid-story and I want to know more.
Mhm.
Like this is easily like the cover of a book. So Osama Ghazal, great job. Nat Cunningham, another composite. Just a gorilla in thought, just contemplating with his bird friends. I don't know if we've stopped. Is that good? Okay, cool. Fantastic.
Oh, we're taking a break.
Well,
or-
they might have reviewed some of those in the last segment, but hey, everybody did a good job. Oh, these are the old ones Mark says. Well, you know what? They're new to me. They're probably new to half the audience here, and I think Jake hasn't seen them either.
I haven't seen them. Yeah.
Super fun. As Miriam said, great job, everyone. Angelica, looks like we might have missed some work. I'll go ahead and refresh, but not to worry if we do miss anything. We will cover that. In Reza's session, who's right over there? He's getting ready. He's doing his stretches. He's doing.
Gotta do the calisthenics before
He's doing the cobra.
He's
doing some yoga poses. Getting loose, ready to make this happen. Good to have you here, Reza, by the way. Up with Voodoo Val. Kind of decided to come around and show her face. Hey, good to see you.
I think that's basically. I mean, it's you can go pretty quick with this stuff. Just draw.
I love
some random weird stuff and.
Look at how clean that looks. Is everybody seeing this? Reza, who wants to come? Voodoo Val, can you see this work? Are you looking at it? Okay, thank you. I'm just making sure everybody's paying attention because this is awesome.
Does anybody want to learn how to make that into a GIF? It's kind of still like.
Love, right on, right here. I hear you. Thank you so much. Mind blown.
Let's make
play it.
Oh, you want
okay, no, just export out the JPEG, whatever you're gonna do.
All right, so Photoshop's really good about totally exporting as a GIF, but I think it's safe for web like a C. I know the key shortcut, so I forget. I typically stay within Tumblr's guidelines, which would be. 500 pixels and no larger than 500 on either side, and it's got to be under 3 megabytes, I believe. So make that small, have it loop forever. You can just see it playing right here. That's what it's going to look like, and we can zoom in a little bit and see how low of I'm kind of okay with 8, I think. Looks pretty good. But 16 actually looks amazing.
So cute. Look at that. I love that drop, and it's all of a sudden the stomach weighs like 100 pounds, just
it's
pulling
like his
them down.
Back is breaking.
That's like me after trying to do a handstand after lunch.
All right, so we can save. We'll just save.
Did you compress the colors?
Yeah, I compressed the. So
I mean, I don't know if you need to or what.
Doing perceptual, I think, typically gives us the smallest frame or smallest file size, and then I do 16 colors as low as you can possibly get away with. This is if you zoom in a lot, you can see it's dithering a little bit, but not very much.
Okay. Yeah.
So let's just go ahead and save dogbark2.gif. GIF, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. So suddenly, you have a thing that you can post on Tumblr pretty easily right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was. I think we were reviewing things, and I did that one drawing.
Look at that.
Those drawings are why you make animation.
Somebody's
right
the elongated tongue and all that.
Yeah, it's
yes.
I want to get by with making it as stupid looking and as non-dog-like as I can in one frame, So
like a little signature. So again, everybody's inspiring.
Yeah.
Blanca says it's so cool. So Susanna, this is being recorded, by the way, so you can watch this later on because I think everybody totally wants to get into this. And essentially what these video groups did, since you mentioned this earlier, it combines all of those layers into one video layer. That's why you basically do it, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. Here, I can just I'll show you what the original timeline used to look like when you were working, since we're kind of already done. Is you would end up having to make everything like that, and so it steps down, and you just have to scroll down forever to get to it. It'd take up your whole screen. It was a mess.
Yeah.
So
and then you would turn on, another tip you did is you turn on onion skinning, because when you made a layer group, or excuse me, a video group, what settings were you given? Any sort of settings or properties for that?
So before actually, you should do this before you click Create Timeline. Is set timeline frame rate to be the frame rate that you want. I always go with 24 because that's just what film has always been, and it's a little bit easier than 30 because it's less drawings, right?
Yeah.
I like the jitteriness of 24.
And is that pretty? I mean, I don't know what's standard. Is there standard?
Like TV cartoons is typically 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like if you're doing things like, you know, like a lot of ads are going to be 30, or, you know, a lot of like digital or After Effects things are typically 30, or film is often 30 now, you know, like, right? Like, but anyway, so I do that, and then I always set up my enable onion skins to F8 to where, you know, you can just be able to see it. And
is that F8? Is that frame 4 on before, 4 after? What is that? What did you say? F8?
Oh, F8, the function key. Yeah.
My bad.
And if you want to just see how weird it looks, it will actually play with onion skinning on, which makes no sense.
You know, it'd be kind of funny for this. Then you get all sorts of ideas as you're done animating. If it is jumping up like it's catching a frisbee, but it pulls down like a big UFO. Or maybe it's a perspective view. Like you see it in the distance, it looks the size of a frisbee. But when the dog goes out of frame to pull it down, it's a huge UFO. It's a huge. Anyways.
That could be good. I was thinking, I don't know, you could draw like a weird person on the dog's back, like a little man, and he could fly off of the back and pop back down. I could, you know, just make a new video group, just draw it directly over it, you know.
So the next step for this, like, how about like, so if you were to color this, how would the coloring happen?
All right, so
and we'll just we probably have about 8 minutes.
About 8 minutes, okay. So yeah, I'll just like quickly just make another video group. And maybe we can color like a couple frames.
I agreed with Nana. I love how the shadow works too. Like somebody said earlier, just
thanks.
Of course, the shading and the shadow. So I mean, this alone is just shows you.
Like to stay as sketchy and like, you know, indie comics feel, you know, that I can any chance I can. So this will be color. There are 2 ways. I mean, first off, you could just like trace all of this, but a really easy way that I do, and this is like open up actions panel so you can see like what I would do with this action, but this is the only action that I actually use. It's kind of a click and fill action, so you can just like take the magic wand, click that.
And you have it set to all layers?
I have it set to, you can have it set to all layers. This is best to have it set to all layers on something like this with a white background, and I'm not actually going to be applying the color to the layer that I'm trying to get the mask from. So I do that, and then I have expand, fill, set selection, and I can walk you through that.
Okay.
All set to F2, and then that will just like immediately
fill it.
Let's see. I'll do that one more time, and you can see if
and you're just Do you have a? Yeah.
I just want to.
Yeah.
Put a dang color in this dog.
We don't ask. We don't need much. We just
want
color.
That does like most of it, and now I can go in. Actually, I will just make.
And Mark La Tulipe, we did get your work, so we'll review that in a second. So Mark, we're going to review yours. Anybody else, any others that get submitted, we'll review in the next segment with Reza. Am I saying that right, Reza? Okay, perfect.
That is a
Notice
wonderful
how I'm
name,
not
Reza.
attempting your last name. I'm going to try Farazmand. Farazmand.
Hey, Farazmand. That's easy. Come on.
Yeah. Farazmand. I like it. It's going to be up next. Super fun watching you. It's going to be fun watching you doing the poorly drawn, make a comic essentially within an hour and a half, 90 minutes.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. Sometimes it...
Reza, does this get you excited, by the way, in terms of like making animation? Isn't this fun to watch? Like, especially something simple, because you know, even your work's pretty like straightforward, and it's just amazing you take something so simple and make it so fun. Is that what I think?
Thank you. I think that's kind of all about the surprise. if you can, in animation. But
right there, I want that frame on I want wallpaper of that.
One really cool thing that you can do as well, and this is really weird, is you can take this, and I'm just going to make a couple layers really quick.
Margaret, thank you so much for stepping in. We always want to give you a warm welcome here with the one and only Jake Armstrong.
Group these on top of that, now you can like have this cool fade.
Okay,
you know,
I like that.
And you can actually animate that fade a little bit too. But yeah,
you could stick with the video timeline and add keyframes if you dare, if you needed to.
Absolutely, just go into this and like actually like take the position of that and move it around for every frame to where the fade can track with the dog.
Yeah,
which I've done in a lot of things.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Wow, Jake, you are amazing. As you're
you.
going to wind that down, I'm going to switch over to my computer because I want to make sure we sort of showcase all the pieces that have been submitted. Mark La Tulipe, I don't know how you say that, but either way, this is a really cool composition as well.
That is crazy. So all these are created today?
Today.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, how do you do it?
How did they, like, it's like finding the right images that work or something.
Yeah, and some of it might be inspired by the image you get, you know? So I think somebody did show earlier today, like, the two original images and then what they composited using those two original images, which is, you know, very good to do. So
that's really cool.
I encourage,
nice to see
yeah, exactly. If you post that to Instagram, post a couple images, like, here's the final, and then you can swipe over to see the initial two. But either way, Mark, you did a fantabulous job, and so did everybody else for the challenge submissions that we got in today.
Yeah, it's awesome stuff. Definitely.
What do you do with something like that? I mean, where's this going to end up? Like, if I made this, I would show all my friends and neighbors and enemies.
I will put this up on Tumblr later today.
Okay.
Tumblr, you'll see it in the Twitter, you know. And then when all these are done, I'll probably put them all just grouped up on Behance. But maybe they might be have their own separate pages. Depends on how successful that one tomorrow is. Yeah. That one may just be terrible. So
what is the plan for tomorrow? What are you thinking?
So there is, if you go to, let's see, I believe it would be on my blog. So if you just click on Tumblr.
So again, jakedraws.net.
So scroll down and there would be, keep going. This guy right here. So this is actually like, I've never tried this method. I just was like, man, this sounds like this would be really fun. I'll do a really simple version of this, I think, where I want to, this is just a graphite drawing that I did, but I really want to animate this, you know? So I think that with like mask layers and stuff, I can do a pretty simple animation and make it look like it's actually a weird graphite drawing. And it probably will be a barbarian type.
Yeah, with like muscles on top of muscles.
I hope so.
Like, look at it, it looks like some twisty, bendy toy. Super cool.
Yeah. So hopefully.
I love all of your work, man. Super awesome. And again, Jake Draws, you can see all that fun work that you're doing. Super cool, man. Yes, definitely make sure you're on time tomorrow. Not to worry, these are all being recorded or available on demand in the replays tab. And that, is it for you. I'm kind of like winding down, I guess.
I think I'll go ahead and actually color this before I put it up too, so you'll see the finished thing.
That'd be super awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, man. Super fun watching you. You're like, yeah, no big deal. I'm just really awesome at drawing and animating and, wearing cool hats.
I'm just really good at sitting in a chair and not really moving.
Despite people thinking you're a bike messenger with your hat. He's like, no,
off time. I deliver a package to get away from the computer every now and then.
You gotta get out there. You gotta stretch. Well, super fun having you here. Fantastic. We have Reza up next, poorly drawn lines. So he says he's just being modest. It's going to be super cool as we see how a comic is put together. I'm super interested. The guy is super talented, like in terms of his writing and everything.
So
like I'm like,
he doesn't look as weird as I thought that he would look, though.
Yeah, I don't know. We got to give you a. You're supposed to have a weird hat. You have a weird hat. You
Probably dark humor comes out or something.
A couple of minutes to go find a weird hat.
What's that?
Okay, there we go. You see him when he's off duty. Kind of mess. Oh, it's too much. Thank you so much, Jake.
Hey, thank you. This was amazing.
Super fun having you.
Yeah.
We'll have you back tomorrow.
Cool.
Thank you so much. Everybody stick around for Reza and Voodoo Val. All right.